Hello everyone and welcome to the module PN junction diode and its applications. In this video we are going to see the drift of minority charge carriers and we will discuss the flow of minority charge carriers which is rightly promoted by the built-in potential barrier or the built-in field. What is the current due to this flow or what is the drift current, and we are also going to see some important points regarding minority charge carriers and drift current. Observe this figure. In this figure, a PN junction is shown by the dotted lines. The depletion region is also shown, which has negative ions on the P side of the junction and positive ions on the N side of the junction. These straight lines with arrowheads indicate the electric field which is directed from positive ions to negative ions. In the P region, as told earlier, you still have a large number of holes and very few electrons. In the N region, you have large number of electrons and very few holes. So, holes are majority in P and minority in N, whereas electrons are majority in N and minority in P. Here specifically, we are going to speak about the motion of minority charge carriers across the junction, and it is known as the drift of minority charge carriers. Now, as soon as the junction is formed and later the depletion region is formed after the formation of junction, the majority charge carriers are pushed into their respective regions due to the formation of depletion region. This we have seen in detail in the earlier video. But the same depletion region promotes the motion of minority charge carriers from P region and from N region into the opposite regions, that is the depletion region, and the internal potential due to the formation of depletion region promotes the flow of electrons from P to N and holes from N to P. The minority charge carriers, they come either from the respective P region and N region, or they are also produced in the depletion region due to the rupture of covalent bonds. Now, why would the covalent bonds rupture in the depletion region? Because of the temperature. You may consider that all this is happening at room temperature, so some covalent bonds are continuously rupturing, and rupture of each covalent bond will give rise to one electron and one hole, that is an electron hole pair. So, the electron holes which are formed in the depletion region due to the rupture of covalent bonds are the minority charge carriers. These minority charge carriers, under the influence of the electric field which is formed in the depletion region, can go from P to N and N to P. Now, consider the case of an electron from P region. If this electron tries to go into the N region, it can go very easily because the depletion region or the electric field inside the depletion region is itself promoting this flow. Similarly, a hole can very easily move from N region to P region. The same figure I have shown here with some changes. This flow of minority charge carriers, a hole from N region to P region or an electron from P region to N region, causes the drift current to flow through it. You can see here an electron moves randomly. The random movement is shown by green lines and it lands itself into the N region. Similarly, a hole which is a minority charge carrier in N region moves randomly under the influence of the electric field in depletion region and lands itself into the P region. As this movement and the current is caused by the electric field, hence it is known as the drift current. Drift current densities due to electrons and holes have same direction. The net drift current density through the junction is J drift is equal to JEP plus JHN, where JEP is the drift current density due to the minority charge carriers electrons from their region of origin P. You can see electrons are minority charge carriers in P. So, JEP will denote the drift current density due to electrons from P to N. Similarly, JHN will denote the drift current density due to the minority charge carriers holes from their region of origin N. So, that is why the notation is little bit different from that of a diffusion current density. Note some important points regarding the minority carriers and drift current. The first important point says that the minority charge carriers are generated by breaking of covalent bonds, and in each region their concentration is determined solely by temperature. Hence, the drift current is constant at a given temperature, meaning when we connect the diode in either a forward bias or reverse bias, the external bias voltage will not decide the drift current. The value of drift current will depend only on the number of minority charge carriers, and which in turn depends on temperature. The second most important point is minority carriers are very small in number, and hence the drift current too is also very small, because the minority carriers, as the name suggests, are very less in number whether you consider the P region or N region, and therefore the drift current will also be very small. The third point, minority carriers can move across the junction only when the barrier potential exists. They move slower when the barrier potential is smaller and faster when it is larger. That means, when the junction is formed, the diffusion of majority charge carriers takes place. Due to the diffusion, the barrier is formed and the internal potential is formed. After the formation of barrier and internal potential barrier, the drift of minority charge carriers can take place. So, it is necessary that the barrier potential exists across the junction for the flow of minority charge carriers, and the width of the potential barrier will decide the velocity of the minority charge carriers. If the barrier increases in width, the velocity of the minority charge carriers will also increase, and vice versa. An externally applied voltage cannot change the magnitude of the drift current, which I told you just now, that whether we connect the diode in forward bias or reverse bias, if we increase the voltage across the diode cannot change the magnitude of the drift current, because drift current solely depends, the magnitude of drift current solely depends on the number of minority charge carriers, and the number solely depends on temperature. Therefore, the voltage applied externally cannot change the magnitude of the drift current. It can only increase or decrease the kinetic energy of the minority carriers. How? An externally applied voltage, if it increases the width of the barrier, then the velocity and hence the kinetic energy of the minority charge carriers will increase, whereas if the externally applied voltage decreases the width of the barrier, then it will decrease the velocity or the kinetic energy of the minority charge carriers.